Shock horror, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry back in favour, but where? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London today. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well. Lovely for you to take the time out. I do appreciate it, as I say. And thank you so much for joining me on so many videos of this past couple of weeks. I know we've been very busy. As ever though, we've got lots of breaking royal news. Oh yes, that matters to you. One of the big stories that came out of London this week regarding the ex-royals Harry and Meghan was this. Now, as we know, they have a fractious relationship with their family. Harry, as we've said many times, doesn't want to come back for security, blah, blah, blah. Got the book, all that claptrap, the usual stuff. And the bottom line is, when you think about it, it must be very difficult, whoever you are now in the British monarchy, because you're not allowed to really say anything. They don't complain, they don't explain. There's no reason for them to go into detail as their thoughts as to what's gone on. But as we've often told you here on the show, people like our gracious Majesty the Queen let their thoughts be known via, say, flowers, brooches and placed pictures. Hence the reason this particular picture earlier this week at Clarence House, while Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, was hosting a very important charitable event, caught a lot of people's attention. And it's simply because, as we can see from the table at the side, there is a picture of Prince Harry, and there's also a picture of Meghan Markle as she was then being walked down the aisle by His Royal Highness Prince Charles. And what's interesting about this is, as we've told you before, we then found out that she would have liked to have walked down the aisle herself. Obviously a free, independent, free thinking, should we say, woman. I find this incredible though, saying that, can you imagine, to His Royal Highness Prince Charles, thanks for the offer, but well, all right, if you must, that sort of stuff, But basically, it's got a lot of people, well, what does it all mean? What does it signify? As ever, we delved in deep, and this is what we can tell you here, first and exclusive. Well, basically, it signifies this, that while Prince Charles and Camilla may be very disappointed with his youngest son, of course, he is his son after all. They have an ongoing relationship. Can't always be great, can't always be, bad. What Prince Charles is really hoping for, and this is what he tends to do with anything that he's got confrontation with, is he just hopes it will pass, move forward, and then, hopefully people will forget, move on. If you look at Prince Charles's life previously, whenever he's been in a very tight corner, that's what he's done. Remained silent, albeit for a couple of interviews, but then thought, well, people can move on. We are told, though, that Camilla feels a lot more strongly about this particular situation for the stress and hurt and anger that it's caused her husband, Charles. And she, possibly, is the more difficult out the two to forgive and forget. But this picture does signify that, at least from the British monarchy's point of view, they are a forgiving, loving family. And, as I've often said here on the show, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle could learn a lot from this. Simply because when you look back, the way they trashed them on international television way back over a year ago now, it is unforgivable in many ways. So the fact that Prince Charles and Camilla still have a picture on their side table in their main sitting room at Clarence House says a lot about their gesture, their good hearts and their will. Now, have we seen anything similar from Harry and Meghan in their home when they've done their endless Zooms? Back to you as ever, Harry and Meghan. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.